Tuesday's Independent. I cannot help but wonder if J.K. Rowling's latest charitable initiative will earn her unalloyed approbation.
Well, yeah, J.K. Rowling launches sexual violence support service for women, and this is Byra's Place. Byra, named after the Scottish goddess of winter. Bit pagan for me, but That's not the main point. The point is, it's mad that she's had to do this. She's launched this so that women can have their own sort of safe space, perfectly reasonable, and it's kind of insane that it's got to this point. They're legally allowed to do it because the Equalities Act 2010 means that they, as long as it's a proportionate means to achieve a legitimate end, they can have a single-sex space.
Yeah.
And, of course, why not? I mean, it's so strange. I mean, you should be able to have, obviously, women's spaces for sexual violence. You should be able to have men's spaces for domestic violence, which came up in that movie, The Red Pill, where it was controversial to have a men's space. But what the activists want to do is have women's spaces and allow biological men into them, which is bizarre to me. But, yeah, I think this is a great thing from Rowling. It's sad that it's necessary. And I think she should run against Sturgeon to be leader of Scotland and she'd win.
What an amazing idea.
This is unbelievable. And what's also unbelievable, this is in The Independent, what they've left out here very consciously is the reason why there needs to be a service for women who are survivors of sexual violence, which she was herself, J.K. Rowling, because there isn't a single-sex available space for women who want to go and get counselling or have the women who work at the centre be biological women. So that's not mentioned in this article.
They really don't mention it.
They don't mention it at all. They don't mention the fact that the person who runs the Edinburgh Rape Centre is a biological man, intact man, a trans-identifying woman, but who has previously said that if a woman was to go in, a biological who has suffered from a sex crime, that if they requested a counsellor who was biologically female, that they were being bigoted, which is unbelievable, and that they need to reframe their trauma. I mean, it's mental. So this is providing a valuable service.
Is providing. That's the
one. Yeah, and they. So the fact that this is necessary in the first place, as Nick says, is unbelievable. Well done, J.K. Rowling, for standing up and doing it. But
great that we have J.K. Rowling, who is a woman of principle, but also a woman of immense means. I mean, it's quite unusual, isn't it, to find. There's not many women, frankly, who have that kind of amount of capital at their disposal to actually put their money where their mouth is. And
well, she's the only person who actually donated herself out of being a billionaire.
Yeah. Great. Any more?
Although, the other person is Musk, who may have done himself out of being a billionaire, focusing on Twitter.
Yeah, wasn't a donation.
At the expense of Tesla. It's sort of broad.
Wasn't to charity.
But we need people, like you say, who are on the right side, who've got money.
But I'm specifically saying women. I mean, it's a sexist society or whatever it is, but the reality is that the bulk of really super rich individuals are hyper-focused, borderline socially dysfunctional men, aren't they, as a rule, who don't tend to come out and regard the trans issue or women's refuges as their main sort of preoccupation.